Well, hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barrentine. I hope you're having yourself a wonderful day here for your, what is it, Thursday? Yeah, it's pre-Friday, right? Looking good out, well, I shouldn't say looking. I mean, it's okay out there now, but although we are reporting some sunshine, I don't know what they're looking at exactly out there. It's pretty gray. But the reporting sites are reporting sunshine, so they're pretending like it's sunny. It's not really sunny out there. It's pretty gray. Temperatures in the 50s, so it's a cool day out there. Maybe we might not even get into the 60s here today. It'd be interesting to see that. Around the region, you can see mainly 50s, a few 60s in coastal areas, Gulf Shores, Navarre, Destin in the 60s, Pascagoula at 60. The rest of us somewhere in the 50s. So obviously a cool afternoon for us here across the area. All right, so what's the setup here? Well, you probably saw the headline there, heavy rain. Yeah, heavy rain for tomorrow morning, and here is why. You see this low that's out in the Gulf here, south of Texas here, and it's going to be working its way across the Gulf of Mexico and dragging moisture our way. Now, you already do see, I don't think I have, get it closer in, a little bit of rain. It's possible this afternoon we could get a few light showers. Yeah, look at that. That's actually a little more showing up than I thought. This is all super light. A lot of it will be evaporating even before it gets to the ground. But that could happen in the next couple of hours where we do get some very light sprinkles here tonight. Tonight, though, is not the big deal. You just may get a couple quick light showers. And it does show that here on the Futurecast. That's 5 o'clock, and you can see light rain, particularly for inland areas. When I say light, I mean, I'm talking just some drizzle here. A very, very light drizzle. It won't amount to much of anything. Less than 1/10 of an inch is what we're talking about here. So a nickel's worth of rain tonight on the Futurecast. But then as we head towards tomorrow morning, here comes the real stuff. This is that low. It's going to be tracking across the Gulf of Mexico, and there is some heavy rain Friday morning. Now, this will not be severe. Could get a few rumbles of thunder in here, but we're not going to get anything severe out of this. The parameters are not there, and the temperatures will just be too cool. It just won't, the atmosphere will not be turbulent enough here to have, sorry, my computer did something weird, so it kind of made me like, oh. It won't be enough instability of the atmosphere to have severe weather, but we could hear a few rumbles of thunder. Now we're at 9 a.m., and you can see pretty much area-wide heavy rain possibility. So be prepared for that. As you get ready for work in the morning, get the kids ready for school, we're dealing with this. The roads are likely to get pretty, sloppy as they would when you're getting some heavy rain. And so just, check on Michael tomorrow morning. He'll have of course, the radar up for you, the traffic tracker. Download our app. I tell you, one of the best things about our Fox 10 weather app is going to be the radar. The radar on here actually works super good. Obviously, as a meteorologist, I've had a paid radar app for years and years because I've needed that as a to do my job. But I tell you, the one on here, on our app, is terrific. It works really well. It's you can loop it, and you can show the Futurecast on it. You can add the watches and warnings to it. You can do a lot with it, but just the fact of how easy it is just to zoom around and check anywhere out. I mean, if you're going on vacation, it's going to work just as good here as it does, say, in Vegas or somewhere if you're going on vacation, or you're going to go visit family up in Kentucky or something. Wherever you go, it's going to work really good. It works the same way. So it's actually, when we moved to Gray Communications. Our company was bought about 2 years ago, and about 1.5 years ago is when we switched over, maybe a little bit more than a year ago, we switched over to this new app. The old app that we had a terrible radar. It didn't work very well at all, and I never recommended it to anybody. This one is so much better, and it works a lot better. It's just super easy to use. That for me, I know is really important for a lot of people. You want to just click on it, open it up, and it's got to work. That's the best part. Okay, that was my little ramble. Back to Futurecast, 9 o'clock Friday morning. Let's put this into motion. Let's go to noontime. Still raining across a good bit of the area. Possibly some very heavy rain in spots. Let's get to about 3 o'clock. Now things It's still raining in a lot of the area, especially east of 65, but we are starting to see some things calm down as we get later in the day. Let's go to 6 o'clock. So this might be when you're all getting off work. Maybe you got something to do, headed out to go see a movie or dinner. It looks like we'll still have some showers around, but the heavy stuff is done. That's the good news. You may have to, still have a raincoat or pop open that umbrella a little bit, but at least it won't be looking at, I don't think we'll be having downpours in the evening. So, hopefully all the worst of the rain happens while you're at work on Friday, and then we're just dealing with some lighter showers in the evening here on Friday, and that'll break up. All right, so let's get into the forecast. We are going to keep some small rain chances in here for the rest of today. That's just for those light showers I showed you on the Futurecast. We're going to get just some little drizzles here and there. More of a nuisance than anything else. It won't really have any major impacts. Temperatures stay in the 50s tonight. We wake up in the morning around 50 degrees. But that's not really the story. The heavy rain will be the story. And then we go into the afternoon. I hate it when I do dumb I gotta fix a typo. As you can see there, I misspelled moving. All right, so now it's fixed. Temperatures in the 60s out there tomorrow. So it will be mild, today about 10 degrees warmer than what we've seen today for the most part. So it'll be a little warmer at least. Here's the beach weather. Obviously, it's going to be a terrible day to go to the beach. So if you're one of our snowbirds, you're down here visiting or dealing with rain through much of the day down at the beach. So just be prepared to have something else to do, something in the condo, or maybe go do some grocery shopping or something. Just be aware that it won't be a good day to go for a stroll out on the beach. And here is our rip current risk. It'll be high tomorrow, which is no surprise with showers and storms. It does improve Saturday and Sunday. Water temperature is still only about 60 degrees, though, so I don't think you're getting in anyhow. I do have some really good news, though, for the weekend. We are lowering the rain chances. I had it at 40% earlier, but looking at all the new models coming in, the short-range models, we were able to kind of start dialing it back a little bit, which is nice. So we're going to get rain tomorrow, pretty much a given. Saturday and Sunday, you can see it's around 30%, 20%. So there's going to be some showers around possibly, but we're not looking at a washout this weekend. And you also notice the temperatures are mild. Starting near 60 in the morning, mid-70s in the afternoon. It's going to be a nice weekend. So actually, the weekend's going to turn out better than what we were thinking just a couple of days ago. So that's the good news. The reason why we were concerned is because that low that's working its way. Let me show this real quick. Let me get back to the big picture here. So what we have out here in the Gulf is a stationary boundary. And what happens is you have a low develop and it works its way along that boundary. But the boundary doesn't, and at this time of year, can really get stuck. It's kind of hung up between the cooler air from up north and the warm air from down south. So it's just kind of stuck there. It's stationary. That's why you see this checkered blue, red. That's stationary. It's not going to move much. So you get one low that moves along it, and then it just kind of stays there, and another low starts developing, and then it'll move along. And what can happen is that it can get really hung up. And you can get several days of rain, especially this time of year, going into early spring. The good news is it looks like after this one passes, this kind of scooches to the south just far enough over the weekend where we're not really going to have big rain chances. But by Monday, it's going to kind of creep its way back north, and then we're going to see another system working its way along there that's going to bring us rain. So we look at this going into early next week, we're going to have some other good chances of rain along that stationary boundary. So how much rain are we going to get over the next week? Probably quite a bit. 2.5, 3 inches, 4 inches of rain that's from the Weather Prediction Center. They look at a whole bunch of models and they kind of put it all together, and this is what they come up with for the next 7 days. So this will be through next Thursday. So over the next 7 days. Now, 70–80% of this is going to fall Friday morning. We're going to get a lot of rain Friday morning. I'm thinking of probably about 2 inches at least, and maybe a little bit more. So a lot of that will fall on Friday morning. Then we'll get some other chances of rain. You'll see that here in the long-range forecast. So big chance of rain tomorrow, heavy rain in the morning, some scattered spotty showers over the weekend. And then look at Monday and Tuesday. Both, again, really good rain chance days, likely with some decent rains, maybe another inch or two added on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, we get another little break, probably just a couple showers around. Then Thursday, another good chance of rain. So once again, when you got that system kind of hung up out in the Gulf, we're going to keep allowing these lows to work their way along it every few days and giving us these good rain chances there, and there. So a very wet start here to March is essentially what we're looking at one way or the other. I'll go ahead and put up the big forecast, the 10-day, and you can see that even going into next weekend, still going to have some rain chances on the board. So very wet setup here. Like I said, this is pretty good for our weekend compared to what could have been, really, if that little frontal boundary had, scooted a little bit farther to the north. We could end up with 60% every single day or 70% every single day. But we're getting a bit of a break over the weekend. More rain coming back in early next week and into late next week as well. Another good round of rain is likely. So we're going to be dealing with this sort of wet pattern through the next week, maybe week and a half. The other thing to note here on this long-range forecast, this goes from March 1st all the way through March 10th. Look at the temperatures. Very warm, in fact, mid-50s, coolest on here. I think on these, obviously, we don't have lows here, but we're just talking about 50s on most mornings or low 60s. So we're not looking at any chilly air at all, at least for the first week and a half of March. And the reason why I mention that is because typically our last freeze of the season happens around March 1st. That's the average. Over the last 50 years, the average is March 1st. That's usually our last freeze. This year, we had one on February 19th, so that was our last freeze. I do not see another one at least through the first 2 weeks of March. Does that mean we're done and that February 19th will hold as the last freeze? May very well. Although you did see just last year, we got one on March 20th, so that was pretty late. But generally they're end of February or mid-March. That's about the end of it. So we'll have to wait and see. But right now, it's looking pretty likely. Now, I'm not saying there won't be any more cold air. But, upper 30s still wouldn't be a freeze. So we'll see if we get another shot of chilly air. But we may not be able to get all the way down to freezing. And that February 19th may very well hold as our last freeze of the season. So that's a late one. If you're just joining, I'm going to go ahead and run you through this one real quick, just the Futurecast, because this is what you care about. So once again, this afternoon, going into this evening, could be some light showers and drizzles out there. Any of this that falls here today will be very, very light. A lot of this would actually evaporate before it hits the ground. So not a big concern. You may just feel a few little drops. You may need an umbrella for about 30 seconds or whatever, but I don't think we're going to see any real steady or consistent rain here this evening. Just some very, very light drizzles out there tonight. Tomorrow morning, the whole other story. The low's moving in. Heavy rain is moving in. That's 6 a.m. on your Friday morning. That's going to be some heavy rain. Not severe. Not looking at severe thunderstorms, but heavy rain. And obviously, this will be happening during commute time tomorrow morning. You're trying to get yourself to work, maybe trying to get the kids to school. Of course, that can get problematic when you got heavy rain to deal with. On top of the traffic, check in with Michael tomorrow morning. Michael White, he'll have, this obviously the radar up. He'll be showing you where it's raining heavily. He'll also, of course, show you the traffic tracker if we're starting to get wrecks or anything like that. He'll let you know so you can work your way around those things. Oh, I talked about our app. We got traffic on our app too, so you don't have to wait for Michael in the morning. You can go to our Fox 10 weather app and open up the traffic as well. So all that's there for you to have on our Fox 10 weather app. It's actually, you can reach it through our regular Fox 10 news app as well. 9 a.m. on Friday morning, there it is. Heavy rain across the board. So it's going to be a big sloppy mess through the morning tomorrow. That's lunchtime, so noon on Friday. Big sloppy mess across the entire area. Heavy rain. I'm thinking we're going to get probably on the average about 2 inches of rain across the area tomorrow. On the average. Some areas get a little bit more, some areas get a little bit less, but around 2 inches. 3 o'clock, a lot of this is now, the heavy stuff is moving east to 65. And then we're starting to see just some lighter showers to the rest of the day. And like I said earlier, my hope here is that, once you get off, the heaviest of the rain happens while you're at work. You get off work, you'll pick up the kids from school, you have your evening. And here, I think looks like just spotty showers, light showers in the evening. So all the heavy stuff happens from early morning through about 1, 2 in the afternoon, and then things start to get at least better. I don't think it's going to get real pretty, but it at least gets better as we head into the late afternoon and evening hours on your Friday. So that, once again, is what we're looking at. I appreciate you joining us here on our Fox 10 Golf stream. If you've caught us here on Facebook, please download our Fox 10 weather app. I know I've said it multiple times here. Just one other reason why is because we post, I've been rambling, at 2 o'clock I do this is the full weather. This is where I go into a lot of details about all the stuff that's happening out there. We put up 30, 40-second videos several times a day so you can get a quick update. If you just need to get the temperatures for today, the rain chances of the day, whatever, we put those things out multiple times a day, whatever the top weather story is, in short little bits. So you don't need to go, great if you do, but you don't need to listen to the 15, 20-minute long one I do most days at around 2 o'clock. You could go and just pick up the shorter clips on our Fox 10 weather app. And of course, you can check us out on Fox 10 at 3, 4, and 5 today. We're going to be there, keeping track of everything, letting you know what's happening. Once again, I'm meteorologist Matt Barrentine. I hope you have yourself a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and we'll catch you soon. Thanks now.